Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. So in the last update about the shorter version of This Is Fate, Karan rescued Caviar and took him away, thinking that Caviar is Rishabh and Prita's daughter, not knowing that the girl is actually his daughter. And in this video, you will get to see what happened to Prithvi and Sherlyn after they were thrown out of the house 5 years ago. If you have been following this channel, you know that I already dropped update about how Sherlyn and Prithvi were finally and forever thrown out of the Luthra mansion. And what happened to them after that, you will get to see it in this video. Please keep watching. At the Luthra house, Grandma is looking at Karan's picture on the newspaper and Grandma gets emotional. Raki comes there and Grandma tells Raki that Prita and Rishabh are planning to auction Karan's cricket belongings the next day because it is Karan's 5 years death anniversary. Grandma asks if Raki remembered that before Karan died, Karan has always wished to build a tuition-free academy where children whose parents are not rich enough can study. Grandma says that Karan was very popular when he was alive, so a lot of people would join the foundation when he starts. So Rishabh and Prita are trying to auction all of Karan's cricket kit to start the foundation, and that way they would fulfill Karan's dream. Prithvi is shown gambling with some men in the trenches, and it happened that Prithvi and Sherlyn has now become very poor after they were thrown out of the Luthra mansion 5 years ago, and they both begins to live in the trenches, that is in the tournament. Prithvi is gambling with his friends and one of his friends comes there and shows them money, saying that he is planning to buy a second-hand car with the money, but he needs 15,000 more, so he would gamble and make the 15,000 and he would buy his car. Prithvi, who also wants to feel like a rich man, lies to them that he had a lot of money too, but he spent everything on his wife Sherlyn. The tea seller comes there with the snacks and tea, and Prithvi was shocked to see the newspaper that was used in wrapping the snacks. Prithvi takes the newspaper and saw that the Luthras are trying to auction Karan's cricket bat and other kit. Prithvi smiles and says to himself that he will now make a new entry into the Luthra house because he would go to the auction and he will buy Karan's bat and he would burn it in front of the entire Luthra family, and that would be very embarrassing for the Luthras, and he will feel satisfied after that he has taken his revenge. Prithvi realized that he doesn't even have a penny, so how would he buy the bat? And just then, he looked at the money that one of his friends brought to the gambling place, and Prithvi cunningly steals the money, and he started acting as if he has stomach pains. Prithvi's friends were worried for him, but he lied to them that he will be fine, but he just needs to go back home, and he lives there after stealing his friend's money, thinking that he would destroy Karan's bat in front of the Luthra family. Back at the Luthra house, Prita tries to get Caviar to sleep and she tells Caviar that she will tell her a story. Caviar says that she doesn't want to listen to a fairy tale anymore because she is grown now, so Prita should tell her a real life story. Prita begins to tell Caviar the story of a boy and a girl who were in love, and the story was actually the life story of Prita and Karan. Caviar begins to tell Prita how she thinks the story would go, and Prita was surprised and she asks that how did Caviar know her story. Caviar says that she knows everything because she is very smart, and Prita smiles. Caviar hears Karina calling her and she tells Prita to tell Karina that she is already sleeping because Karina would scold her, so Caviar immediately sleeps, and Prita remembered Karan with the way Caviar is sleeping. On the other hand, Raki asks Mahesh to help her count a lot of money that she has so that she can know how much it is. Mahesh is shocked to see Raki with so much money, and Mahesh asks that where did Raki get a lot of money from. Raki says that she sold the jewelry that her parent gave her a long time ago to get the money. Mahesh asks Raki that why does she have to sell her jewelry for money, and what does Raki wants to use the money for. Raki says that tomorrow is Karan's 5 years death anniversary, and since they are going to auction Karan's belongings to raise money for a foundation in Karan's name, so she is thinking of buying Karan's property at the auction, and that way Karan's foundation dream will be fulfilled, and her own dream of keeping Karan's belongings with her would also be fulfilled. Meanwhile, Karan is in Anjali's grandma's house and he was on a call while a girl is seen admiring him. Anjali comes to the girl and tells her not to stay at Karan because he is Nidhi's fiancé. Just then, Anjali's grandma comes there and tells Karan and Anjali to stay in her house for some time. Anjali agrees that they will stay, and this makes Karan angry. Anjali's grandma says that her word is final, so Karan would have to stay with her, and grandma leaves. Karan tells Anjali that he only agreed to stay because he wanted to, and not because Anjali wanted to, because nobody can control him. At Rishabh's office, Rishabh thinks of finding out about the man that was following Preeta, so Rishabh orders his manager to help him get the CCTV footage of Caviar School, and he asks that how many days will it take for the CCTV footage to get to him. The manager says that it will take 2 to 3 days, but Rishabh says that he cannot wait for that long, and he only gives the manager 1 day to get the CCTV footage for him. Samru comes there and asks that why do Rishabh need the CCTV footage of Caviar School. Rishabh tells Samru that a strange man was following Preeta when she went to drop Caviar at school, so he really wants to find out who the man is. Samru gets worried, and Rishabh gets emotional and says that he is missing Karan so much, and he is feeling that he is not able to take care of Preeta and Caviar properly, and Karan would have done a better job than him. Samru asks Rishabh to stop crying, and Rishabh wants Samru not to tell anybody that he cried, else it will stop Samru from coming to the office, and Samru leaves. Meanwhile, Karan doesn't want to stay at Anjali's grandma's house, saying that he would be fine at the hotel, but Anjali managed to convince Karan to stay there by telling him that it would be beneficial for his revenge plan against Preeta and Rishabh. Anjali brings the newspaper and tells Karan that he will be proud of her after seeing what she is about to show him. Anjali shows Karan the newspaper, and Karan is shocked to see that the Luthras are celebrating his 5 years death anniversary, and they are even planning to auction his cricket kit. Karan gets really angry and emotional, and he thinks that it is now time for him to make his entry back into the Luthra family's life, and now the story just started. Of course, even me, I know that the story just started because I don't know what the writer was writing before, but now the writer has started writing something meaningful, something with suspense, a lot of suspense. Anyways, I don't want to bore you guys with my talk today. Thank you so much guys for watching. Please don't forget to like this video, share it, and I'll see you all again in my next video. Bye guys.